Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk. This is episode 451. Thank you to everybody who has been a supporter, follower, listener, audience member, subscriber. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your presence as well. This is We Need to Talk, and tonight we are getting into the art of protecting your energy. This is an essential part of you reaching the heights of existence, of mastery, of success, of manifestation, and of an overall happy life. There is no way you will be able to function and enter into mood spaces that you desire to on an ongoing basis if you fail to protect your energy. And we need to understand that energy is contagious, and even the best and most enlightened of us still have to be cognizant and aware of the energies around us. Nobody is impervious to energy, so we need to understand that certain individuals, certain people, certain influences need to be limited or cut out and managed effectively. And a lot of times the problem becomes when we tie ourselves to people based on fear, we tie ourselves to people based on sentimental value, we tie ourselves to people based on nostalgia, we tie ourselves to people based on misplaced loyalty. And in that, we subject ourselves to all the toxicity that comes from those individuals. And this affects our mentality, it affects our moods, it affects our ability to function. And we create an interlock to where we live a subpar and mostly negative thought and emotion filled life. And in a lot of cases, the people who cause the most damage and express the most toxicity and send the most negative energy our way are at home sleeping like babies. In most cases, they're living a great life because, in certain respects, because they get to dump their negativity onto you and they purge onto you. So therefore, they can live in their bubble without accountability and not walk around with as much negativity, because they have somebody to project it on. They have somebody who they can affect emotionally, trigger emotionally, and a lot of times causing and maintaining a sense of anxiety within you that becomes its own self-generating and self-functioning entity, meaning even without their presence sometimes, or you directly speaking with them, things they said, things they did, residual effects of being around them or being in proximity with them will start to affect how you think and start a cascade. It may be a small trigger that will turn into a cascade of negative thought processes, which will eventually subdue you and keep you in a negative space, keep you unable to focus, function, and unable to keep a optimistic and positive view of the future and of your life in general. And it will cause you to focus on all the wrong things and a lot of times not be able to trace the direct source. Well, now it's time to clean house. Now it's time to enforce strict boundaries on your energy, because it will not be able to flourish if it is constantly bombarded with triggering situations. And a lot of times when it comes down to people we like, people we're attracted to, friends we've had for a long time, we make excuses for certain individuals. We give certain people a pass, or that's just how they are. I keep telling them about themselves, and they'll grow eventually. Look, we're all adults here. We all have choices, and it's not to disrespect anyone's journey, but if you're dealing with individuals who have not shown any evidence of changing, nor have they expressed a desire to change or to improve their behaviors, um, then you have the green light to do what you need to do to cut off their ability to negatively influence you. And you know your friends better than I do. You know the people that you're dating better than I do. And you know whether or not they fit your standard for what a friend is, your standard for what a partner is. You know that better than I could, because those are your personal standards. And if you are constantly in battles, in arguments, in external or internal struggles, in always on the wrong page, the two different pages, two different agendas, can never come to some sort of middle ground, or you're not like-minded with certain people that you talk to frequently or consider your tight circle, there may be some management issues that need to be addressed. Your energy rules everything. And we don't want to find ourselves in a space where we complain about not receiving certain outcomes, or not being at a top feeling space, or not experiencing happiness or positivity, but still fighting to keep the most negative and abusive individuals in close proximity to us. It becomes cause and effect. We have to be strong enough and fearless enough and confident enough in our own abilities to start the self-healing process. And part of that has to do with removing the threats, because certain people who express themselves with phrases like "I am who I am" or "it is what it is," they're giving you the indication and the knowledge that they will not change. It's up to you to say, "I don't want to deal with that anymore." They're showing you their hand, and that's one of the things about it. One of the blessings is that a lot of times we receive the information we need. We receive all we need to really know about somebody through their actions, and sometimes their own confessions, and we still find a way to remain tied to them, largely based on fear and a sense, or misplaced sense, of loyalty. Because in actuality, I don't know if there's a word for this, but being loyal to somebody who is a detriment to you, that's almost like Stockholm Syndrome. If you guys want to Google that, that's the space, or the way of functioning or thinking, where you fall in love with the person hurting you, oppressing, or oppressing you, or you have positive feelings towards somebody who is acting negative towards you or abusing you in some way. So that is not what you want. That's not the label that you want. And if that is the case, and you want to move past that, you may have to do some difficult things. You may have to create some difficult borders that you may not have created before. But doing this and maintaining those boundaries free you up to, one, feel better, grow, evolve, function better, have better moods, be more creative, and to salvage and save energy for yourself, or for people who are reciprocal and not triggering to you. Those people exist. Those types of friends exist. Those types of partners exist. We need to stop living in a world where we feel like because we dated some trash that everybody's like that, or because our friends treat us a certain way that everybody's like that. That's not the case. But if you stay in the same area, you're going to think everywhere looks like your neighborhood. You're going to think the world looks like your neighborhood if you refuse to go past the gate. And that's where the fearless element comes in. You have to work counteractive to the fear that keeps you bound to individuals who are not treating you the way you deserve to be treated and who are negatively influencing your energy. You have a right to protect yourself from that. I don't care how long you've known the person or people. So checking in on this beautiful Friday to keep everybody focused on protecting your energy. You know, when that call comes in, when that text comes in, you know, don't feel obligated to be connected to something that's going to eventually leave you in a worse space. You know who they are. You know those people. And you know what you need to do. So you have your assignment. Should you choose to accept it, your mission is clear. Only if you have a goal of living your best possible life. And that's what I'm here to help you progress towards. So thank you guys for tuning in another night. Make sure you guys click the link in the description box. Tap in with me, connect with me. You know, set up a Zoom consult if you would like some strategies, like, you know, some insight, some support. We can definitely connect and build on that. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow night.